for Paul, a World Cup qualifier. And the first question I'll ask is, Paul, give us a perspective from of the immensity of the job that you have at hand.
Well, we all know that it's immense because, you know, anybody that's been through this before will know how important these games are to Jamaican people and to all footballing matters in Jamaica. So, yeah, it's massive. It's an immense game. And we've just got to keep our heads cool and hope for the best and just make sure that we trust in the plan that we've devised for the players and hope that they go and execute the plan.
Right. All right. We're going to go straight into it, and we're going to ask that you put your hands up for questions. Please turn off your mics. Please mute your mics if you're not asking a question. All right. So let's go straight into it. I know Robert Williams, can you start? Robert?
Okay, thank you very much. Coach Paul, welcome to this big job. First of all, give us a perspective as to the squad that you have selected for these three matches. There are notable omissions. Can you speak to us about some of them?
Yeah, I mean, the squad has been picked. It's balanced and it covers itself. So there are players who can play in different positions. The way how we want to play is one of the reasons why there are omissions. But that's no disrespect to anybody or any players. It's just the way how we want to play is to try to be as smooth as we can through the thirds and give each other or give everybody each other the chance to be able to play, go forward, defend, and in the 5 moments of the game, give ourselves the best possible chance. So there's no slight on anybody. One of the omissions was Javon Watson. He's on a yellow card, not available for selection. And I wanted to bring Kevin Stewart in because he's a good footballer and I wanted to integrate him into the group. So his addition is about integration because I think he can be a very good player as number 6 for this team.
All right, next. Is that Robert Bailey? Robert?
Hey, morning, coach.
Morning, Robert.
Yeah, man. Quick question. My question to you, coach. As we go up against Mexico tomorrow, what will be your specific plans in terms of getting these 3 points?
Well, if I gave you the plans, then Mexico would probably hear this, and then it would be they do some plans to get to go against my plans. I think the most important thing is not to easily be beaten. I think that the longer that we can stay in the game where we've got a chance to win it, we've got players who can win the game. We've had 2 hours preparation, not even 2 hours preparation. By the time the game starts, we'll have had 2 hours preparation. So there is a plan. However, it's not for divulging. We just need all of our players to be on the same page and singing from the same kind of hymn sheet. Does that answer your question?
Okay, yeah, man. In terms of mindset, what sort of mindset will we take into this game?
Well, that's what I spoke about this last night in a meeting. It's about what mindset the players have turned up with. This is all about mindset. It's all about, we know what we've got to do. The players look engaged. They look like they're in the right mindset. I think we need to carry that through tonight's training, and then it's over to the players. And we can help them through the game and the games because we've got 3 games. And I just think that the players know what's expected of them, and there's probably a slight, anxiousness about them, which is good because they're playing against a good team, but we are on home turf. So yeah, the mindset is key, and I think the players' mindset is good.
And finally,
go ahead, Robert.
Finally, from me, confidence-wise, just playing at home, how confident I think, confident these players are and the mood that they are in going to this game.
Well, it's the same thing, isn't it? I mean, you spoke about mindset just earlier, and the mindset is we need to be confident about what we're doing. We can't worry about what the Mexicans do. We just got to look at their soft targets, see if we can attack them, and make sure that we're confident in being hard not to beat. I mean, Mexico will be thinking the same thing about ourselves. So it's very much about on the day, the team that wants it the most. And if we can, we know what we've got to do.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, so can we have one?
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Can we have one other person stepping up?
Yes, Coach. Morning.
Scott, yes.
Livingston. Yes, Mr. Bailey. Morning to Coach.
Morning, Livingston.
Yes, Coach. I know your experience. The team having no fans, having fans, and now back to no fans. How has that affected the players, and how are you trying to motivate them in terms of playing without any support in the stadium on tomorrow?
Well, it's about knowing the support. We know Jamaica's behind us. We know the public want us to win this game. We know the public want us to do well in these games. So the fact that they're not there, we can feel their spirit. It's about, we know the public is our 12th man. We know they can push us along, but because they're not there, we have to carry their spirit with us in the game and know, to motivate the players by just keep reminding them of the people's support. We've got people in the hotel saying we really believe in you. The players wouldn't have taken the trip. A lot of them have taken aeroplane trips to come here. They've got to make sure that we are focused and motivated on the task at hand. And if we can do that and get into the game and find a rhythm, be expressive with our play, we'll be okay.
How much have you emphasized the importance of winning this game to the group, Coach?
Well, I've definitely made the point of that we've got to take one game at a time, and we've got to be hard to beat. Now, winning the game, yes, is really important, but not losing the game is quite vital to what we're doing. So it's really, really important that, yes, we want to win every game that we play. The type of coach I am, I play to win. However, during the game and during the story, it could easily change. So yes, the players already know. The people are born with us, and the players already know what we need to do and what we want to do. Like we say, it's about going out and executing the plan in the way how it was set out to be, and then having thinking players who can adjust and adapt to what the game gives them.
Coach,
all right, Mr. Scott.
We all know one more, Mr. Bailey. Getting the team to click with playing expansive football is something that takes time to work. Wouldn't you think it would be a good backup plan to have Mr. Grant in your squad, just to say somebody you can call on in terms of shoring up the midfield and protecting the defense?
I didn't hear the last bit, my friend.
Would it be a good idea to have Mr. Grant in the team as somebody as a good backup for showing up the midfield as a defensive and protecting the defense in case the offensive expansive football does not click immediately for the team?
Well, I mean, you say expansive football. I mean, I had a week with the team against Peru, and I think in the first half you saw the benefits of having a week. I've had 2 hours, or will have had 2 hours with this team. So it's difficult for a style of play to come out. I can encourage them to get the ball down and play. The backup is, there's lots of other people to back people up. It's just, I've got a squad, picked a squad, and I believe in this squad. And I believe that players can back each other up. Like I said at the start of the interview, we've got players who can play in different positions and do a job for the team, out of position or in position. So we've got different choices and options that we could do. You could change the shape and still have effective players in your team. So yeah, I mean, Grant is a big miss for us, as is Watson, as is everybody else. We just need 11 players first and foremost, and then 23 who can be called on, who can do a job.
All right, Scotty, thank you. Let's move to Felix Zapata. Mr. Zapata.
Yeah, yes, thank you very much. Hello, Paul. Felix Zapata from Reforma newspaper from Mexico City. I want to know, how do you expect Mexico after they lost their last two games the last year against Canada and United States? How do you expect the team? And for you, which is the most dangerous player that Mexico has?
Well, you know, there's a few Mexican players that I'm looking forward to not seeing. But you know, you've got your Jimenez. You know, the Mexican team is, I think, as a team, the movement and the rotations that go on in their team are very good. I think a Mexican team are going to come. They're not going to want to lose, but they're also going to want to win this game as well. I think they probably will see the game as being winnable, but they won't want to lose. They're probably going to have the same attitude as ourselves. So it will be I feel it will be a tight affair, but we'll respect the Mexicans and what they bring. And I would ask my team to make Mexico respect what we bring with our energy and with our rhythm and with our desire. And obviously the fact that we're at home.
All right, let's move to, is that Brian? I saw Brian Lewis hand earlier. Brian Lewis. Anybody else? Any other question?
Yes,
who is it?
good.
Sports down the middle. Let's hear him. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning, coach. Good morning, everyone. What's the I don't want to really ask the approach, but are you looking to play a counter-attacking game against Mexico?
Well, there are 5 moments in football, right? You're either attacking, defending, you're transitional, which means you're having the ball to not having the ball, and then you're either not having the ball to having the ball. So, and then there's a set pieces. So the game will be, you know, a lot of counter-attacking, I'm expecting. So I'm not planning to counter-attack, but I've had to plan to counter-attack. And I expect that Mexico will be the same. They're very good at counter-attacking if they're under pressure. And we've tried to get our team to be just in the knowledge of all those 5 moments. So when we're attacking, we've got a plan. When we're defending, we've got a plan. And then in the 2 transitional moments, we want the players to be able to know what they're doing in those moments and be prepared for all the 5 moments in a game. Does that answer your question?
Yes, coach. Thank you.
All right, let's go to Manuel Medina. Manuel Medina.
Hello, coach. This is Manuel Medina from TG Sports from Mexico. You already talked a little bit about Raúl Jiménez missing the game, but can you highlight other players? Because Mexico has been having trouble with the attacking players, with Raúl Jiménez, with Irving Lozano being out of some months, inclusive last year. Can you just tell us a little bit about the attacking positions of Mexico? What do you expect from this team? Thank you.
Yeah, I expect the Mexicans to attack in wide areas. I've watched them a few times. I've watched them against different teams in the you know over the last year. I watched a lot against the Americans, and the 2 wide players are very good. You know, the Mexicans get the ball, they possess the ball well, and it's not even so much individuals I want to talk about. It's the movements of Mexico. They're comfortable in possession. They rotate. They like to drop people into defense to try and build their attacks. You know, they're all comfortable on the ball. They like to get their fullbacks on the ball. So we've got to prepare for that and not be surprised by that, because Mexico can play some very, very quick. and we've got a lot of respect for them. So the two wide men are people who I've probably got to keep an eye on. However, you know, you could just go around. You know, the goalkeeper can comfortably play out from the back, and he's got a good range of passing that we've seen. And two centre backs, when they pass the ball early, they can provide a problem for you. So, you know, we've got to.
Thank you. Let's go. We have 3 more questions, and we're going to close after 3 more questions. So let's go to Jermaine Brown, I think it is. Jermaine?
Thanks, Earl. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Is every member of the Jamaican team on the island? Because we understand that the newcomer in Kevin Stewart hadn't arrived as yet. So just checking to find out if every member of the squad is on the island.
By the end of today, every member of the squad will be here. And we've had a good training session yesterday, and we'll have one again today. And it's been, you know, we can look forward to seeing 23 players come tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Welcome.
All right, let's go to Brian Lewis and then Daniel Wheeler. So we have 2 more questions. Brian?
That's a good question. I think the emotions of me being successful with the team as a player makes me want to really be successful as a coach. I don't think I can show that pressure to the players. I must shelter the players from the pressures of what the job is. I don't feel daunted by it. I really want to do really, really well in this team. I think it comes with just encouraging the players, but we are where we are, and you know we'll face the moment of truth soon enough. We've just got to give ourselves a chance to be able to live towards the end of this campaign, and the players just, I think that's the part what the players need to know, and so yeah.
Hello,
it is,
Mr. Wayne, you again, man.
Yeah.
Mr.
There is pressure,
Listen.
but
Mr. Reed? Yes. Mr. Reed, can you mute your mic, please, sir? Mr. Reed? Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
yeah. So there is pressure, but you know, I'm looking forward to it because it's a healthy pressure.
All right, let's go. We have 1 more question before we finish, and that's from Daniel Wheeler.
Coach Daniel Wheeler from Gleaner Sports. One of the key additions to your squad is Ethan Pinnock, and also Daniel Johnson, and has not been in the lineup for either the last 2 or the last previous cycles. What do you see from them to feel that this is the right time to recall them into your squad? And in terms of their commitment to the effort, even though you have less games to go and the situation that you're in now.
Well, let me answer the second question first. The commitment is there to see. The fact that they're very much here helps me to understand their commitments. I've spoken to most of the players at length about what they feel our chances are. And both players have ensured me that they feel that we've got chances. In fact, most players have ensured me that they feel that we can rescue something from this form and really kick into gear. So yeah, Ethan Pinnock has come in as a very good player, playing every week. I think that the fact that Daniel Johnson has been playing every week as well has helped coming in. But you know, I rate these players. These players are good footballers and they're professionals. And they're in the middle of their season. So the fitness is not going to be an issue for these players. You know, most of the players, your Antonios, you know, your Greg Lees, all these guys are in their season. Bobby Reed, they're all in their seasons. So it's about giving them instructions, and hopefully they can go forward and execute the plan like we've asked them to, and pretty much allow us to stay in the game and allow us to stay with a decent chance of being there at the end of the campaign.
All right, we're gonna ask the coach for one more question, and that's from Roger Hasfal. One more question because he has to go. He has some work to do. Go ahead, Roger Hasfal. Roger.
I think his question is in the chat.
Right,
Earl.
But Mr. Beam, I just want to ask the coach if there will be a change in formation.
No, wait. Let me read, Roger.
Change in formation.
We have to go. As someone who would have, hold on. As someone who would have played against Mexico in the past, are you quite aware of the philosophy of their football? Are you looking into the philosophy of the Reggae Boyz going forward, Paul?
Very much so. I mean, like I said, in the first half of the Peru game, I've worked with them for a week, and these were players that were in pre-season. I think you saw glimpses of how the philosophy that I want to deliver for the Reggae Boyz going forward. You know, there was some fruition in that with some young, good Jamaican players. And that was just after a week. Mexico's philosophy, they're much further down the line, as are the US, as are the Canadians. Yes, definitely, I want to deliver a philosophy. I've spoken to the players about the philosophy. I've spoken to the JFF about it. And yes, we want to have a style and an identity. And we want to make sure that we can be held accountable to a philosophy of play. Now, that's going to take a little bit of time. The young ones need to be taught that, and we need to then obviously get the older ones to understand it as well, a different style, and just reintroduce it. And hopefully we can see evidence of that when we get more time to work with those players.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Thanks, Paul. Good luck with the game. All right.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I hope I've answered your questions eloquently and properly. Thank you.